All right, welcome to part 5 of this lesson 1.1. This part of the lesson, we're going to talk about multiplication and division. The rules for multiplication and division are different. The wars and alliances that we were doing in the previous parts of the lessons, those rules are for adding, subtracting. The rules for multiplying and dividing are different. So when we're talking about multiplying or dividing, we're not talking about wars and alliances anymore. Now, what I have here, this chart actually describes all the possible combinations for multiplying. You could multiply two positives, or a positive and a negative, or a negative and a positive, or two negatives. And these are the results. And the same thing with division. You could divide two positives, or a positive and a negative, or a negative and a positive, or a negative and a negative. And these would be the results. As you look at this, we start to notice some patterns. If both things are positive, your result's positive. Okay, so that makes it easy. If it's positive values, they're going to stay positive. What if they're both negative? Either multiplying or dividing, the result will be a positive. And then what if there's only one negative? Like this one has a negative, is a positive negative. This one is a negative positive. But there's only one negative in the problem. Your answer is negative. And the same thing's true with division. So it looks like there's a pattern here. So you can go back and go to this and check, I've got a positive times a negative and see what the result should be, whether it should be positive or negative. But I think this table is like overly complicated. I like one rule. This is the one rule to remember. Negatives cancel in pairs. If you have two negatives and you're multiplying and dividing, they'll cancel. If you have one negative, then you don't have a pair. It won't cancel. So as I look at these problems, which answers do you think will be positive? Which problems have two negatives in them when you're multiplying or dividing? So go ahead and just go through there and identify which problems have two negative numbers either being multiplied together or divided together. All right, so if you have those, I am seeing number 2. That has two negatives, a negative 3 times a negative 5. Also number 4, negative 15 divided by negative 3. So those have two negatives. So these answers here are definitely going to be positive because these negatives, there's a pair of negatives, they cancel each other. Reminder, this is a multiplication division rule. Do not do this with adding or subtracting. Right? This rule only works for multiplication and division. So when I approach these problems, I actually do the multiplication or the division first. I don't worry about positive or negative. And then I put that in afterwards. So in this problem, I just do what's 3 times 5? It's going to be 15. And then I ask myself, is it positive or negative? Well, there are two negatives. They cancel. Positive 15 is my answer. On this next problem, I have negative 15 divided by negative 3. Well, 15 divided by 3 is 5. And since they're both negatives, they cancel, so positive 5 is my answer. In the rest of these, there's only one negative. Right? This has a negative 4, that's a negative 12, a negative 2, and a negative 6. Actually, we're going to come back to this one. Let's take a look at these three. This is one negative, one negative, one negative. That means my answer is negative. There's nothing to cancel. They cancel in pairs. So if there's not a second one, you can't cancel it. So we do the math first. 4 times 6 is 24. And since there's only one negative, our answer is negative. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And since there's only one negative, our answer is negative. And 7 times 2 is 14. And there's only one negative, so our answer is negative. Now, I was looking over these, and I noticed something. There's no multiplication or division here. This problem was put in here to see if you would catch that this rule doesn't apply here, because this is a multiplication or division rule. And this is an addition subtraction. Is this a war or an alliance? Well, you have 9 positives, 6 negatives. This is a war. We are not multiplying or dividing. So you want to be real careful. So the answer to this one is just positive 3. There'll be 3 positives left over. So be careful. We got to make sure we're applying the correct rule to the correct type of problem. All right, that ends video for 5. Please go on to the very last one, video 6 for 1.1.